Hello, my wonderful spirit guides, and welcome to the lyric analysis of Wolf Alice Visions of a Life album. Hope you enjoyed the reaction if you've watched it, and yeah, hope you enjoy this lyric analysis. Sorry about this cold kind of welcome. It's just I've been working out the format, I've changed the format of my videos, but I hadn't fully worked it out yet. So yeah, I didn't know that I was going to do separate videos for reaction and lyrics until after I already recorded. So the other videos from now on will have normal introductions, but yeah, this one doesn't. But I thought I'd just let you know why. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Lots of love to ya.
Right, but there's no time to really relax because I need to look at all the lyrics now. Obviously, I'm going to keep it simple as I can, but impactful. Simple, but precise, and yeah, all that. Wow, I didn't know it was going to be like this. When you said it was going to be more dream rock, Cass, I thought, okay, sounds cool, I'm interested. And then it was just fucking brilliant. It was just so good. Oh, Jesus. What's the album called again? Visions of a Life. And so was that song. That song was called that too. Right, I guess it'll be time to put my glasses on. Do you know what? It was really fun listening to the album and not like... It's weird. I really did enjoy listening to the album just fully through. There is some part of it where it feels like it happened so fast, like it all happened so fast. You know, so I'm excited to listen to it again to really soak it up, because I feel like when I do my normal reactions where I do the song then read lyrics, I feel like in some ways I soak it up a little more. Maybe after reading the lyrics I'll soak it up a bit more, but I guess I'm just not used to listening to albums like that anymore. But actually I really enjoyed it because it meant the flow kind of like a flow, and plus, like I said at the start, like I kept my energy stayed up without, because when I do too much reading, I get really tired. Like I'll probably get quite tired after reading now. But also the other thing is it makes it easier in the fact that I can listen to the whole album, and if I do get tired doing the lyrics, I can just pick that up another day. It's not like I've picked it up another day halfway through an album, hearing an album. It's just the lyric part. So I don't know. I think this will be good for me. But anyway, let's do this. That was so good. Oh, I wish I had a fat pizza here with me now. I do though, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll order one and I can eat it at the same time. Whenever I do video days, I'm like, right, fuck it, I'm getting a pizza. Not every time, because obviously that would be intense, but when I do it and it's late, because it's 7 p.m. now, I'm like, I'm not cooking. Sorry, I'm not cooking. It's not happening. La da 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 da. I don't think I've ever ordered a pizza at the same time as doing a video, but I guess because I'm not reacting to any more music, I'm just doing the lyrics, it doesn't feel as weird. It feels chill, you know? There's me going on about my blood pressure and I'm getting a big pizza. But the thing is, I did stand up for quite a bit in the last video I did, and I was just absolutely flailing about on this chair. So I've done a bit of exercise, and I did exercise earlier as well when I was cleaning and sorting and doing all the recycling as well, which was intense. Wow, I just saved £7 on my pizza. I don't know how. Honey did it. I never normally get anything good with honey, but today I did. I should have ordered more. Okay. Right, anyway, let's do this. So the first song, Heavenward, I really enjoyed it, but didn't love it, if you remember. What I'm going to do is go straight to the About section and see what is said. So, according to a press release, Heavenward was penned about the death of a friend. So it looks like Joel Amy, has said, I feel like Heavenward was one of the first ideas we really got to grips with. We have a few demo versions floating around, one of which was made in our manager's office basement and from which the opening build-up noise is lifted. That passage always set such a mood and tone, and for me, that I couldn't have imagined it as anything other than the opener. The guitars are so dense and there are so many nuances that we had to think carefully about how the sonics of the other instruments would sit. We wanted to avoid classic radio rock drums and keep them almost small in size to really push the walls of the guitar noise. It's a favourite of mine, especially lyrically, but also for Joff's guitar anti-solo that comes in the middle eighth. I won't reveal how he gets the sound, but so far some people we've shown it to have said it's a saxophone or a set of distorted bagpipes, which should give you an indication of the way Joff approaches the guitar. Okay, so that's a little bit there where it's like, you know, when I said it was like oscillating. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of oscillating going on there and delay where, okay, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Just in case I give it away. Not that I know what they've done, but in some ways I do. But yeah, I liked that sound. I didn't like the long sound, but I did like that sound. That was cool. And I loved her voice in it. I forgot about those moments, actually. Yeah, I did actually quite like the song in general, but didn't love it. But yeah, she says, your mum created you a small heaven. I was there just an hour. I could tell that you'd be leaving so cruelly beyond all our power. Okay. Go heavenward like all earth angels should. Oh, this is really sweet. Okay. She says, I'm going to celebrate you forever. You taught us things we all should learn. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate forever and long to see you when it's my turn. Go heavenward like all angels should. I see you dancing, dancing on. Oh, this one really is a tribute to, like they were saying, a friend, but someone who has died. It's actually very beautiful. And for that to be the opener is interesting too, because I feel like there's quite a lot of themes of death in this album. So that's quite a beautiful one to open with such a, it's sad, it's bittersweet because it's sad that this person has died, but it's a very positive way of looking at it, which is lovely. Yeah. All right, well, moving on to the next song. Yuk Foo! Verse 1. Am I a bitch to not like you anymore? Punch me in my face. I wouldn't even fight you no more, 'cause you bore me. You bore me to death. Well, deplore me. No, I don't give a shit. I want to fuck all the people I meet, fuck all my friends and all the people in the street, 'cause you bore me. I don't want to be cruel, but you're really grinding. I'm not a fool, but I have rage and it's blinding. I feel it coming. Is it exciting? I feel it coming. Yeah, I'm unwinding. You bore me to death. You bore me to death. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I have feelings because I'm human. A totally self-destructive, constantly consuming, and now I'm fucked, and that fucks you too. So fuck the world, and you, and you, and you. That's so cool. Yeah, that is so punk as well. Like, just like, I know the song sounded punk, but like the words of it are punk too. I wonder who she's like talking to. Is she talking to a person? Or because it's punky, is she almost talking to, is it political in any way? Or is it just, I don't know, let's see. The single was teased by posters in the UK and premiered on BBC Radio 1. That's cool. Lead vocalist Ellie Roswell explains the song was meant as a FU to the expectations people place on you, whether that's a friend, a lover, or an artist. It was actually one of the funnest songs on the album to record. It's not meant to be taken completely seriously. No, it doesn't give off that serious energy too. It doesn't feel like a fuck you. It feels just like a fuck you. Like, it's like taunting. It's childish in a fun way. And I was wondering, like, it's an FU to people's expectations they place on you, you know? I didn't feel like it was just towards one person. I really did feel like it was like a overall vibe of FU. You bore me. Stop trying to change me. Put me in a box. I don't give a crap what you say. I love that. I love the energy so much. Oh, and there's a bit here as well. In an interview with Fader, lead vocalist Ellie said, I was on tour and I'd been on tour for about 1,000 years at that point. I was in Columbus, Ohio or somewhere. I wrote it really quickly and didn't refine it. It was the outpour of emotion. I was in my dressing room. We were playing on this radio show and there were lots of bands in surrounding rooms. I didn't want anyone to hear me shouting, so I was shouting like a mouse into the microphone. Foles were in the dressing room next to me and I was thinking, I wonder if they can hear me screaming. I want to fuck all the people I meet. That's so funny. She said, I must have had so much rage inside me, but it just came out. I just read the book, Our Band Could Be Your Life, about American hardcore, and I really wanted to make a 3-minute angry song. A lot of it is about expectations of me and someone's girlfriend, as someone's friend, as someone in a band, as someone with a platform, as a woman. Ooh, that's powerful. I like it. When asked if she had intended to shock people, she elaborated further. Definitely. Normally, I would cross out the line, I want to F all the people I meet. I would have kept that to myself. But the performance and the lyrics and how abrasive they are, that was my point. I wasn't swearing because I think it's cool or because I couldn't think of anything to say. I was doing it because that's what you do when you're angry. You curse and you scream. People are going to be like, what do you mean you want to F all your friends? But it's like, you don't say to a director of a movie, it's so awkward that you wrote a film about murdering prostitutes. It's made up. I love that. She's so cool. I love Ellie. I really do. I feel like every time I've read anything like that she said, I've been like, oh, she's cool. She's really cool. All right, moving on. Beautifully unconventional. This one was interesting because I loved that 60s sexy sound. And the lyrics I was following, but I was like, ooh, who's it about? Or like, let's have a look. I watch you and your friends, you stick out so sorely, girl. Did you grow up a poorly girl? Girls who don't go out and play. Are you at your wit's end with these meaningless conversations? Well, I'll tell you they test my patience and maybe we could be friends. Okay. That's cool. So it's almost like she's seen a girl in a group of friends who just, and it doesn't look like she quite fits in. Like, she isn't as boring and as bland as her friends are. She looks like someone who has a little bit in her that is different and someone that Ellie feels like she could be friends with. She says, as light as a feather, Y-O, grade A, smart, clever, Y-O, she's no Heather, Y-O, so I see a life together. Oh, that's cool. And Heather, I think that's a musical, isn't it? Like the Heathers, and they're all like, it's like Mean Girls or something. I've never seen it, but it's like Heathers, they're all like together. Like they're all very cliquey or whatever. And she's saying, oh, she's not that. And she can see a life together. Hannah, she lives, she breathes. She's beautifully unconventional. She seems to be from the best place in the world. Must be the best place in the world. Oh, I wonder if this is about a real person or if it is just a made-up story, because she's literally saying the name Hannah. I'm like, is that, like an actual person? And it seems to be a very loving and kind song. She's beautifully unconventional. That's cool. Or maybe it is just for all the girls that are out there being a little bit different to the rest and maybe not as girly or, liking the same mainstream stuff, quirky and whatever. And there are thousands of girls and boys like that. Anyway, headway up in a storm cloud, calm but so extreme. Did you ever analyse your dreams? Nothing is what it seems. You're a walking contradiction, cute with such conviction, but dark as the devil who walks, and as loyal as a stalker who stalks. Oh, okay. And as loyal as a stalker who stalks. That's intense. But I kind of love it because it really shows the loyalty she has. I love cute with such conviction. I like that. She says, changing like the weather, why, as tough as leather, floating in the ether, friends forever. Yeah, and then the bridge. She's beautifully unconventional. I long to see her rise above us all. I long to be with her forevermore. She's beautifully as light as a feather, grade A, smart, clever. It does feel like, it feels like she really loves this person. It feels like she's either talking about a best friend, if not someone that she might fancy. I don't know her sexuality completely unless I've already looked into it before, but I don't remember. I don't know. I can see myself writing this song about a best friend, if I'm honest. I'm going to have a little look. Oh, she said it's inspired by a friend of mine. Me kind of imagining us as Christian Slater and Winona Ryder in the film Heathers. I think I'm Christian. Okay, cool. I need to watch that film. I need to see what it's all about, And it says here, this song is a celebration. This is what she said to Fader. This song is a celebration of all your non-conforming friends, a celebration of individuality and the adventures that come with embracing that. Exactly. So cute. Do you know what I do love? The lyrics are really impactful, but they're not difficult to read. Do you know what? I'm saying it now. I prefer songs that I can understand straight away. Sorry, I can't be dealing with some of them are really cool. I love like a metaphor or something, you know, but something that I can understand straight away. When I can't understand it straight away and it's quite cryptic, I'm like, I don't know. I can't be bothered. I do like straightforward ones that still have such impact and are beautifully descriptively written, you know, and I feel like so far that's what we're getting on this album. It makes my job a lot easier. Sorry if you're a bit tilted there. And there is a lot more written here on Genius, but if you want to look into it, you can. I was thinking this the other day, like, I basically read like so much from Genius and I'm like, but I don't need to, because if you really want to look, you can look. Obviously, it's fun for you to see me react to what is written, which I like to do, but I feel like I've got enough from the song, because this goes on to say a whole thing about the production. I guess I am kind of interested actually now that I'm skimming it. I am actually interested. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna read it. I need to. Another song that has a few demo versions floating about before we surrender to letting it be what it is. A tight, groovy pop song. There was a few moments while writing it where we tried to jam in other musically sections, almost in fear that it was just too short. But after taking a step away from it, we realised they were all filler bullshit, and it was so much stronger being as concise as it is. It's probably the driest song we've ever recorded, and certainly the least reverb we've ever used. For the drum tones, we had Jacques de Tronc and some of Khan's funkier moments in mind. In the studio, I couldn't get the snare sound right. Everything sounding too dense or too rock, and it was throwing everything out until our drum tech legend Mike Fasano showed me this weird old piccolo snare that he'd picked up and totally changed everything. We were listening back at one point after to our isolated drum take, after so much trial and error, kind of at that point of going mad over snare sounds, when the wonderful Blake Mills walked into the room from the studio to check out what we were doing. He was listening and tapping his foot and goes, "Cool, it sounds like a can." Sounds like Khan, a drummer, I guess, which was good enough for me to say, "We've got it." Oh, what a moment. Jesus Christ. When you get like that over a sound, like, and not sounding right, it can be stressful and it does make you want to give up. It actually makes you want to give up so badly. But you're also like hyper focused at the same time. Like, no, I have to find the right sound. I have to. So I can understand that frustration, and for it to be validated, oh, it must have felt amazing, because you can get too close to a project. You really can. It's like with detectives, it's like you're too close to the case. It's like that with music 100%, with certain sounds and timbres and whatever, and rhythms and melodies. You can get too close to it. You really do need to take a step back, a moment. I'm so glad that they worked it out, because that was one of my favourites. That's the third song, right? Yeah. The 60s vibe. That one's so good. I'm so glad they stuck to it. It sounds fantastic. It actually sounds fantastic. So, woo! Alright, now we got Don't Delete the Kisses. Is this the one that I didn't love that much? Or is it one, oh, I don't know. Did I like this one? Let's have a little listen. Oh no, I like that one. I liked this one actually, yeah, because I remember the verses really, really brought me in. I really like that one, yeah. Oh, there's my pizza. That was so fast. Yummy. Right, I'm gonna eat one slice and then I'll keep going. Wanna see it? Right, don't be mean if you don't like it, but there is pineapple on this pizza. I just dropped the whole thing. Pepperoni, pineapple, and olives. Oh my god, you might not like it. Okay, don't judge me, but this is my favourite. Pineapple, olives, and pepperoni. I fucking love it. Oh! I get like that about food. Oh! So excited. Oh, yes. Hot. Mm, 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 mm. mm, 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 mm. I should make this only OnlyFans content. That's one way of getting around the copyright. Getting around the demonetization, even though my videos are all demonetized on YouTube. But hey, OnlyFans content. Me eating pizza. Mm. 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 Wow. Mm. Mm. I just love food. Sometimes when I get the pizza, I put it in the air fryer. Or sometimes it's not as cooked as it is today, and it's really cooked nicely today. When you put it in the air fryer, it just does something to it where it's so sexy. I do like getting a pizza because I have like half for dinner and then I have half for lunch the next day. Just magic, isn't it? Pizza. Magical. Thank you, Italy. Thank you, Italy. For your pasta as well. All the different pastas you can make. Pizzas. Italian has to be, for me, I think Italian might be the best. Cheese. Tomatoes. Can I eat one at the same time? I probably can't, but oh well. I need to have one more bite. Okay, in the intro she says, I see the signs of a lifetime. You till I die, and I'm swiftly out. Irish goodbye. So, you know, she kind of does not want to be with this person forever. She's like, Irish goodbye. And an Irish exit is literally, yeah, leaving without saying goodbye, basically. And then she says, what if it's not meant for me? Love. What if it's not meant for me? Love. And yes, this is the song where it all turns round, isn't it? And like okay. Well, let's keep going. I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to take you out. We'd go to the Hail Mary and afterwards make out. Instead, I'm typing you a message that I know I'll never send, rewriting old excuses, delete the kisses at the end. When I see you, the whole world reduces to just that room. And then I remember, and I'm shy, that gossip's eye will look too soon. And then I'm trapped, overthinking, and yeah, probably self-doubt. You tell me to get over it and to take you out, but I can't, I'm too scared. And here's a night bus, I have to go. And the doors are closing, and you were waving, and I like you, and I'll never let it show. And you won't wait, and maybe I won't mind. I work better on my own, and now I'm home, a little bit drunk, and I ask myself, what if it's not meant for me, love? Okay, so the whole of verse 1 is literally being like, maybe it's not meant for me, love, you know, like she's literally avoiding him. She doesn't want to get close to him. She's gone out on this little date or whatever, but she's like, oh, she's had her heart broken, or she doesn't want to let go of her independence. It's totally understandable. She doesn't want to fall in love. And then she says, maybe it's not meant for me, love, you know, because she does want to fall in love. She's just terrified to. She's like, why can't I fall in love in a different way where it's easier and it doesn't feel like I'm completely committing myself to someone. You're getting a reaction video and a mukbang all in one. Mukbang that you didn't ask for, to be fair. Verse 2. A few days passed since I last saw you, and you've taken over my mind. I'm retelling jokes you made that made me laugh, pretending that they're mine. That's so cute and so like detailed. It almost feels like it's a true story saying that, or like she's definitely experienced that before, because that's so specific and something that does actually happen when you fall in love, which is, yeah, that's so interesting. I want to tell the whole world about you. I think that's a sign. I'm losing self-control, and it's you. It really is, 1,000 times. I look at your picture and I smile. How awful's that? I'm like a teenage girl. I might as well write all over my notebook that you rock my world. But you do. You really do. You've turned me upside down, and that's okay. I'll let it happen, because I like having you around. I'm electric. A romantic cliche. Yeah, they really are all true when we catch eyes at the stupid party. I know exactly what to do. I'll take your hand and we will leave. French exits from me and you. Okay, I'm guessing a French exit is a bit more of a romantic exit rather than the Irish exit, which is like a goodbye without saying goodbye. And now I'm home a little bit drunk, some things don't change, and I know now, me and you were meant to be in love. I see the signs of a lifetime, you till I die. And that's it. No like Irish accent this time. Oh, it's just a really cute song. She says, I wanted to write a love song because I was feeling in love. I knew it. I knew she must have been feeling it at the time because it was so specific what she was saying. I find it hard sometimes to think with me feelings rather than my head, which is not good when it comes to love. Haha. So this song goes through the notions of that and overcoming it finally. Although I'm not sure I had at that point, but I wanted to be optimistic. In that way, it's quite unromantic love song. I wanted the music to be emotive and perfect for a long drive. I'd watched Father John Misty at a festival in Spain and he played True Affection, which is far more powerful live, and the rolling synth gave me all the feels. So I wanted something like that in the tune. I also loved that song Drinking in LA, which gives me a similar kind of feeling. What is that feeling? And I suppose that is what influenced me to do the more spoken word type singing in the verse, but also because I had so much to say. We went through a fair few versions of the songs, both at home and in LA. Some were too nightclubby and some were too indie, and finally we found somewhere in between. Yes, I really do feel like it was an in-between actually. Oh, so cute. Right, next, Planet Hunter. Whacking out a slice. Whacking out a slice! After this one, I reckon the last one won't be hot enough for me to enjoy, so I genuinely will leave it at that. Another thing I do with my pizza is I get fresh tomatoes on them. Some people might think that's crazy, because there's already tomato sauce on it, basically. But I also get tomatoes on top of it. This is probably a lot of people's worst nightmare of a pizza. But it's funny because my daughter's vegetarian and she'll get olives and pineapple on her pizza. So it's not actually that different from what I get. We're now on Planet Hunter. A moment's happiness under the influence. I tried all night to recreate, and it was never ever going to last long. It was only ever going to go wrong, and in the morning I only have myself to hate. In my head, I thought it kind of sounded like a one-night stand under the influence, you know, getting drunk and having a one-night stand. But then, you know, she said I tried all night to recreate, so I'm like, maybe it's more like a high she experienced. And it was like a high of something that wasn't going to last long. But, you know, even if you have a drink sometimes, you experience a part of drinking that's like a really fun moment, and then it kind of goes downhill or isn't as fun. You know what I mean? Like in any type of drug or whatever, there's a peak, and then there's like the other bits, you know? Then she says, am I a planet hunter or a brave deviator? I left my mind behind in 2015. Okay, maybe she like took something that is hallucinogenic. A moment's madness complements your innocence. I tried all night to initiate, and I only ever try to have fun. I'm only old when I don't feel young, and if you're with me, yeah, you can come. Okay, that's interesting. A moment's madness complements your innocence. I tried all night to initiate. I don't know. Let's see what it said. On Twitter, she said, I wrote this after I got mashed up on one New Year's Eve. And to Radio Act, she said, the feeling when you never want to go to bed and don't want the night to end. I don't know. I guess it was just, yeah, a wild night, baby. Right, then we had Sky Musings. Sky Musings. Right, how high do planes fly? 40,000 feet in the sky is how high. Is it the pressure? 'Cause I'm out of my mind. A compressed lack of oxygen making me high. And these nighttime plane movies are prompting sky musings. Life seems so confusing, fear-inducing, tear producing. Okay. Maybe it's this mini wine. Maybe it's this storyline. Two people fall in love on the night of their lives, never meet again till he's married, has a wife. And now I think of all the people I've cared for. Did love pass me by when I had feelings I was scared of? Because I feel so when I should feel. I feel so when I should feel. Ooh, that's interesting. Right, so it's a lot of storytelling. And obviously, I'm just reading through, and then I'm going to look at the about section because I feel like it just feels like a story being told. I don't know whether it's a real story, but I don't think so. It just feels like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is what Cass was saying. Like maybe it's about a movie or has movie references or something. It kind of feels like it so far. Stupid thoughts for a stupid girl. Look out your window. You're on top of the world. 23 years old and you're acting like it's over. Only over if we crash. Is she 23 years old then, or is this like the story? I don't know. Right, anyway. 23 years old. She's 23 here. I don't mean she's 23 now, because this came out in 2017, of course. Anyway, hit the ground down below us. If we crash, imagine that if we crash. I liked it when she said that in that bit. If we crash, imagine that if we crash. Like there's something like, it's like this kind of like dark, but like adventurous, living life on the edge feeling that very much Jim Morrison had throughout his whole life. That kind of, what does it feel to die? Like, I don't know, this like fascination with death. I don't want to land no more, sink my feet into the sand no more. I'll float forever in the interim. No place in particular, no single swim, just fly. I don't understand no more. I had life figured out before. Will my head stay up in the clouds when they open those dark and heavy metallic doors? Ooh, okay. That is interesting. 20 minutes before we're back on the ground. No, keep this thing going. Turn this fucking thing around. Ma'am, you need to wear your safety belt. I'll ring it round my neck. Maybe that will help. I'm sorry, I lost myself for a minute. Could I have a glass of water? God, is that you? I guess I'm closer up here. I could really use some help. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? New phase, new phase, new phase. Like, this is what I meant by, like, there were themes of death throughout the album, other than just that first song. Like, it does feel like she is almost touching. Like, she's like, can you hear me? She's whispering, God, can you hear me? Because she feels so close to the heavens that maybe a whisper would reach him. Maybe he could hear her better from up there. Right, let's just go straight to the about section. Roswell said, it's about how people have deeper thoughts and more tears to shed on long-haul flights. Apparently it's to do with being neither here nor there, and your life being totally in the hands of someone else. So every time I'd go on a long flight and watch a rom-com with a glass of wine, I'd find myself having one of these mini meltdowns. It's quite a dark song, but it must have been quite funny for anyone who actually saw me sobbing at miscongeniality. Oh, okay. So actually, she is watching the movie Miss Congeniality, and so there was movie references in there. But just talk about that feeling of being in the sky. I've been on a plane a few times. I guess I've never cried on a plane though, I have to admit. Oh, it is a weird feeling though, being on a plane. But okay, that's cool. Now we've got Formidable Cool. Oh yeah, I loved this one. This one was fucking amazing. He's got you on your knees with that formidable cool, infected you like a disease with that formidable cool. I know it's all an act, I can practically hear the pen planning. The moment that you met him, your name shoots up on the list of the death pool, and you'll find him in his seedy setup at the community dance hall. Pink lights flicker, his hands in somebody's knickers. He only has to look at you twice to claim you, his love fool. I'm talking about a proper creepy man, but like a man who lures girls in. And I knew it was all an act. I can practically hear the pen planning. Yeah, I knew it was all an act. God never needed another stand-in. Ooh. God never needed another stand-in. I love that. Like, he thought he was holier than thou. Believe in the chorus. Believe in love. Believe in my touch. Believe in love. Okay, it's almost like he's saying that, The weird guy is kind of saying that. You listen to his lectures on life without one of your own. When he tells you death is pure, it reverberates right into your bones. Ooh, it's like he's like, death is pure. And this one had like a 60s feeling too, so almost like, now I can imagine like an old Jim Morrison saying it. Like, obviously Jim Morrison didn't actually live that long, but like, I can kind of imagine him being like, death is pure, like to his girlfriend Pam, and like her like being like totally in love with him, So you ask him for information or why you once wanted to die, and he gives you satisfaction in whatever form he likes to heal the wounds you have and not to open anymore. But that's all he fucking did when he fucked you on the floor. Ooh, yeah, opening the wounds. but in a way, made into a sexual way, which is really got a dark undertone, really. Especially if you're an SA survivor, this kind of feeling is a little triggering. And I am an SA survivor, so I'm not being like, oh yeah, especially if you're an SA survivor. Not that I know, I am one, but yeah, there is part of it that feels like a darkness that is like, I don't know, it's interesting though, it's cool. And if you knew it was all an act, then what are you crying for? Yeah, if you knew it was all an act, then what are you crying? Then why are you crying? Yeah, it feels like very victim blamey, like, oh, if you knew he was like this, then why are you crying? Actually, it feels a little bit mean, And then she says, what did you think when you saw us? I thought it would be fun. I believed what he taught us. I believed in love, believed in the chorus, believed in his touch. I lived by the chorus, believed in love. It does feel like maybe she was like, I might be wrong, but it feels like she might have been a young girl, and like all her friends, and they go into like this community dance hall. Gave me like red flags already. Like community dance hall felt like I don't know, like a youth club almost. Not quite a youth club, but maybe like something for like younger people. It does kind of feel like there's this creepy man who is quite a bit older, like grooming them all, and then feeling like, what are you crying for if you knew he was like that? Like just feeling blamed. There is something a little bit like that. Ellie said on Twitter that the song was inspired by the book The Girls by Emma Klein, a novel about a young teenager falling in love with a Charles Manson-like cult. The lyrical references heavily allude to a Manson-like subject who inspires fear and respect to command a following. Ooh, I knew it. I knew it was something really quite sinister there. And she made it come across like that, but I could feel like this grooming, manipulation, this real darkness. Yeah, clever. And funnily enough, I know it's Charles Manson, and Jim Morrison didn't do that, but Jim Morrison he had a dark side for sure, a real dark side, an immature dark side, I'd have to say. Not quite a Charles Manson type, God. But you know what I mean? It is interesting thing to think about. Right, space and time. I hope my body gets better. Do I mean my body or my mind? I hate the word forever, hate the word change. I just need time. Give me time, space and time. So I hope my body gets better. Do I mean my body or my mind? It's like she doesn't know what she's talking about. Maybe her mind affects how her body feels, Sounds a little bit like when I said I can relate, is because I was thinking of fibromyalgia and how it's like pain that comes from the mind that goes through the body, and it is all connected, Take me out to the future just so I can look back into the past. Oh, I like that. Like, take me out to the future so I can look back in the past. Like, look at her present. Okay, a little bit philosophical there. Oh God, I was strange now, weren't I? And the way she said it, oh God, I was strange now, weren't I? I can't remember how she did it, but she sounded like very punky again in that bit. I hope that when I look back, I will laugh. I feel I'm losing control of my body, control of my moods and my decisions and my money. I don't want to come undone. I am set to self-destruct. Ooh. Wow, okay, this one's a little bit more cryptic, but like not at all. It's just got less lyrics, like less of a story. It feels more of like a feeling and a thought, Something that doesn't need to be like spelled out within the song, and something that's a little bit more personal. It says here, Andy said at Annie Mac's show BBC Radio 1 on September 28, 2017, this song I suppose is kind of about feeling anxious and trying not to feel anxious. Sometimes when I feel a bit low / weirdo, I try to imagine my future self looking back on my past self, and it kind of makes me feel better. So it's a song about that, really. I might try that. That sounds cool. I do think of it sometimes, but you know what I think? I actually think, like, I look back, I get so scared to look back on the year I've had, because I'm like, ugh. Even though I got through it, it was so tough. And yeah, actually, I don't know, there are moments. I had a moment the other day where I actually felt proud of myself, but I actually was like, wow, I got through that. That is pretty cool. Like, I am glad to have gone through such deep depression and darkness to know that I can do it and that I have done it. But I'm not grateful for so much of it. But I think that's because more time needs to pass before I can be like, wow, that was actually a positive in the end. I mean, it was a negative, but it was a negative that had a positive outcome. I think I still need a bit more time, but I do feel myself reaching that level of love and positivity for sure. I don't know. We'll see. People do keep trying to throw spanners in the works, so I'm like, oh God. It says here, during a quiet moment, Ellie picked up her guitar and started singing Space and Time. Joel picked up his sticks and began to play that straight down the line Mo Tucker beat. Theo followed suit, and I sat there in awe as seemingly a Wolf Alice song had been written in the same time as it took to play it. The only way I could feel like it captured the rawness and naivety of the song with my own contribution was to stamp on all of the distortion pedals, wave my guitar around and scream into the pickups making noise. Very shortly after that first run through, we recorded a live take of the song, and we felt captured the emotion, and that was the demo done. Contended in the fact that sometimes underthinking is the right course of action. True, but it wasn't my favourite on the album. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, true, but is it true? No, I'm only joking, of course. I can imagine it's a lot of people's favourite. It's just not mine. And I like the lyrics, and I don't hate it, of course. It's just not my fave. All right, but then we get back into the good stuff of Sadboy. When I say the good stuff, I mean the good stuff for me. In my opinion, the good stuff, the great stuff is what I want to say. The other one was a good stuff. This is the great stuff. Who hurt you, sad boy? There's a dark cloud above your head. Who hurt you, sad boy? You act like you're already dead, but you think too much. Yeah, you think too much. Who's hurt you, fashion boy? There's a dark cloud over your head. Who hurt you, sad boy? You act like you're already dead, but you think too much. Probably drink too much. Bathe in that blue light, baby, 'cause here comes the night, your truest friend. Oh my God, it's interesting. It feels like she's talking about like a goth, you know, or like emo. I was waiting for anything to happen, waiting for love. I was just waiting for this not to hurt. I was waiting for love. I was just waiting for this not to hurt. Bathe in a blue light, baby. It's here right now. Here comes the night, your truest friend. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't actually say a lot about what it's about actually here. It just says that Ellie said to give her playback of the track and a microphone, and she would ad-lib something. In classic Ellie form, she found a part that was both musically, lyrically, and contextually perfect for the section within her first 2 takes, and had us all us lads jumping around the control room, setting off our air horn haps. Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. But no, I love that song so much, and it was really just an easy, quick one, apparently. Oh, it's even got a music video. Oh my fucking God, I've done it again. I'm meant to be reacting to music videos at the same time as doing my album reactions. I've done it again? Oh, right. Cass, if you want me to watch any of the music videos, let me know which ones and I'll do them. I'm so sorry. What? I can't believe I've done that again. I forget every time. I don't know how to remind myself. It really is such a good song, though. I wonder who she's on about, but it does feel like she's talking about some kind of goth boy that broke her heart or something. All right, then we've got Saint Purple and Green. And this is the sad one about her Nana. You might be changing, but you're still there, and you're still my Nana. Like, it feels like she might be, getting dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that. I hope you get to the place you've seen, I heard you talk about. You called it purple and green. There you'd get given your crown as the smartest woman that there was ever around, that was ever was around. You might be changing, but you're still here. Sing me a Russian lullaby to take me away from here. To somewhere green as your eyes, you can with your magic spells, with the click of your fingers and to the chime of the bow bells. You might be changing, but you're still here, and you're still my Nana, one step after the other. Oh, I love it! It's so cute. I did follow the lyrics when I was listening to that one quite a bit. It says here, this song is about my Nana Jean. Because the subject matter was so personal to the band, they had to convince others that it was worth putting on the album. And they said it was worth the fight and that recording it was very emotional for her. Oh, I'm so glad they put it on the album because it really was a beautiful song. And I really liked that it had it wasn't just completely stripped back. I liked that it had the rock in there still and a little upbeat feeling in there as well. Also, it says here, and this is what Ellie said, this is one of the earliest songs to be written. I think I remember writing it on tour with Alt J in Europe. I wrote it about my grandma. She was a very chatty, eccentric character who unfortunately got dementia. She sang me a song about a place called Purple and Green, and despite it not making much sense, it resonated with me for some reason. My grandma was not afraid of death, but rather quite excited about it. Sounds like me, to be honest. I've always found death deeply terrifying, so this outlook comforted me. I used to be terrified of death until I experienced my cat dying, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but that is... It really, I don't know, I went on a whole thing about death for ages, for months. I was just so about it. But yeah, I am kind of scared of it in some ways. I wouldn't, now that I'm feeling a bit better, I wouldn't want to die now. And when I got the diagnosis of the high blood pressure, yeah, I have actually had quite a few moments where I've cried and felt oh my God, I'm gonna die. Which I know is dramatic, but I get anxiety and stuff. Just as I've started to feel happier as well. Anyway, I imagine her now in this make-believe place called Purple and Green, which was also her favourite colours, and there she is, the Queen. This fantastical element to the song. Oh, so she did die. Okay. I thought she might have actually, yeah. But I wasn't sure. This fantastical element to the song was prepared in the music when Joel added the mellotron voices for the latter half of the song. They remind me of sirens, beautiful yet dark and twisted water fairies luring sailors into the sea. I think this was one of the most ambitious songs. We had to do a little convincing to people that it was worth bringing to the studio, as the demos didn't quite resonate with anyone else except ourselves. I am so happy we pursued, as it has become a favourite and was one of the most moving to record. I did shed a tear or two. Why wouldn't you, Oh, I'm so glad it got on the record. I'm so glad it did. It really is a beautiful song. Right, then we got After the 0 Hour. Suddenly, she lost control of her world. A fire blazed and a chaos unfurled, a transcendent invitation to the 0 hour. She gave in to the temptation, high on curiosity, high on power. Oh, I love the way she sang that bit, high on power. Gave it a proper Jefferson Airplane feeling. But this girl refused to die, so she drank the milk of life. Was it the moon and the changing tide? Yeah, this girl refused to die, so she drank the milk of life. Felt like the start of the 9th life. Ooh, that's interesting. Felt like the start of the 9th life. Having many different lives before that and stuff. Okay, storytelling. Here we go. To feel pleasure again, to feel love, adventurous and sensuous, as high as the plains above. Don't wait with bated breath for this to all turn sour. She learnt how to say yes, high on curiosity, high on power. Okay. So this girl refused to cry, but embraced her lust for life. Was it the moon and the changing tide? Yeah, this girl refused to cry, but embraced her lust for life. Eyes straight ahead and open wide. A girl with a mission, a goal. She wanted, instead of dying, she took that new lease of life by the balls, for lack of better term. I don't know why that was what I came up with, but she really decided to grab life by the tits, and yeah, was maybe she felt like she was really having a bad time. It could be a metaphor, feeling I'm dying, or maybe she could have quite literally been dying, but then came back to life, and had a second chance and thought, nah, No more crying, no more being depressed and self-pitying. I want to live life to the fullest. That's what it's giving me anyway. Ellie on an interview said, I really like After the 0 Hour because I feel like I don't remember writing it. I didn't think about it too much. It just came out of me like emotional vomit. It's like an emotional manifestation of feeling excited and romantic about life. She also said, I sometimes imagine an old Disney princess singing this song, like Snow White or something. The lyrics are kind of about going through some sort of change, and this one I begin to see the change as positive. Oh yeah, it's definitely positive. It has such a positive feeling. Someone wrote, is this about Lana Del Rey? In the comments. That's hilarious. Oh my god, it is such a beautiful song. I love the way it sounded. I still picture Aurora when I think of it as well. Alright, last song now, Visions of a Life, where I completely lost myself. The skin on my bones is leather cold, poisoned, my heart beats slow. Fear of crashing and not coming back. I'm a curse to my friends to be condemned. Mistakes I made and won't mend. Fear of crashing and I'm not coming back. Crashing in a way of like crashing and becoming like, you know, like she has a curse to my friends, or making mistakes that she won't mend. Like she's worried about becoming self-destructive. The skin on her bones is leather cold. Like maybe her heart is closing off. Poison, my heart beats slow. Maybe falling in love with someone and then being heartbroken and closing herself off from the world. Something like that. I dream of death. It's violent breath. I'm caught with my maker in step. Fear of crashing and not coming back. I could bleach clean my soul, but he knows I know. I'm coming to dine in his hole. Fear of crashing and not coming back. Ooh. Visions of a life where I was satisfied. Feed my hungry mind. Where are you when I close my eyes? It does sound a lot like self-destruction, depression, feeling like you're a bad person and not a good person. I'm coming to dine in his hole sounds like, I don't know, like the devil maybe, and like, yeah, it just feels like going to like the bottom of something dark. I left this world behind for the world I built inside. Feed my hungry mind. Where are you when I close my eyes? Ooh. And visions of a life where I was satisfied. Yeah, like these visions, these daydreams of a life where she was happy and feeling good, and now she isn't. I left this world behind for the world I built inside. And you don't even know if it's a good one. Like, it doesn't sound like a good life she's built inside either. But I guess it is in a way because she's thinking of times when she was satisfied rather than actually going to live it. It's kind of like very, like, against the last song we just talked about. The last one was like a lust for life, whereas this one is born to die. You know what I mean? Not to quote Lana, but interesting. And then she says, why do I feel so strange? A nuclear family and friends my own age. I follow the rules, do what it says on the tin, but I'm still on the outside looking in. Why was I born with itchy feet? And why do I hate all the people I meet? People's ideas could be the chills to the bone. I got 1,000 million friends and I feel so alone. God, yeah, I get it. She feels different to everyone else, she does. She's not like the other girls. No, I'm joking. She's not saying it like that, but she just does feel like a different type of person, and I get that 100%. I fully understand that. You should go check out my personality test I did as well on my other channel, Fern Like the Plant. You'll see how rare I am. But anyway, I get it. Stay as you are. Everybody likes you. Everybody cares. There's some insight for you. I'll get my coat. I'll be the bitch. I heard that journeys end in lovers meeting, but my journey ends when my heart stopped beating. I'm leaving. Yeah, she really seems like upset. It's like dark. It's like a dark spiral. You stay as you are. Everybody likes you. Don't worry. I'll be the bitch. It feels like an anti-love song as well. I heard that journeys end in lovers meeting, but my journey ends when my heart stops beating. Like my journey will never end. I have itchy feet. I'm always on the move. I always want to go forward. I don't know. Human heart in my hand, heart in my human heart in my hand, taking it back, eyes straight ahead, cut it in half, better than dead. Human heart in my hand, heart in my human heart in my hand, taking it back, eyes straight ahead. Yeah, she ain't in love anymore. That's for sure. She is and she is closing herself off once again. It was originally called Massive Anal Bleach Attack. I did think when she said deep down in your home, something like that, but I wasn't going to say. Okay, it says here. This is what Joff has said. It's not about the lyrics, though. The prospect of getting to work on an 8-minute rock song in 3 different parts was something that we were all pretty excited by. We loved playing with form and structures, but we had never embarked on anything so ambitious. Stemming from 3 different musical starting points that were woven together, we attempted to create a depiction of a personal journey, exploring different moods and contexts along the way. Though layered in different sections to create a sense of uniqueness to each movement, the main 4 instruments, 2 guitars, bass and drums, are a constant throughout. The drums and bass were recorded in one continuous take without a click track, which is a testament to both Theo and Joel as technical musicians. Being so long, we needed it to push and pull and for it to retain excitement throughout, and that's what the boys did. Oh, it retained that excitement. You should have seen me. I was absolutely flabbergasted and in love. So, it's so good. It's so good. There's nothing really written about the lyrics, unless you click on every lyric, but I'm not doing that. And actually, there isn't a lot to click on. Anyway, it just feels like some kind of depression, falling into like a self-destructive pattern, pushing people away, maybe having your heart broken and deciding to never love again. Kind of takes back a lot of what has been said on the album about love and life and whatever, and turns it a little bit colder again, but in this really cool, liberating song, which is so contrasting to that. Oh, so good. Right, well anyway, there you have it. I actually quite enjoyed doing the album like this, listening to all the music and then looking at the lyrics. I actually felt like I was quicker reading the lyrics, doing it all afterwards, than I would be during, but maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? I've actually been recording for 2 hours and 38 minutes, but we can't forget that I had a pizza break. So, hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You better do it if you liked it. If you didn't, don't worry. And also become a patron if you can. It would really, really help me and the channel. But anyway, other than that, I shall see you next time. Bye.